oh, the 1-up or the 2-up is being live streamed. Okay, got it. Great.
That's what
Anyway, I
happens
get
to
it.
us too. Like there is a delay. Like I'm gonna have to
mute it
it
immediately
as soon as it
Yeah.
starts because it's like so we just set it and forget it.
Yeah.
Set it and forget it.
Mm-hmm. Just like a casserole.
Just like a crock
Delicious
pot.
foods.
The crock pot. Yeah. Just.
Yeah, easy cooker. No, yeah, slow.
Oh my God, we're live!
Yay!
We're live with
Woo!
Scout. We're live with Scout and her dog on the side of the road.
Yeah.
It's all true.
All right, so Scout, just a little behind the scenes for no one who's watching. Kelly, will you come a little closer to me?
Of course, always.
So we are going to do a quick
Sorry,
intro and then we'll begin. Is everybody ready?
Everybody's ready. I'm ready. All the parts of me are ready.
Great.
Okay.
All right. Welcome to Fuck You, I'm Smarter, the comedy game show where we compete with the guests to be crowned the smartest person in the room. Zoom, YouTube Live.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here.
Listeners,
I'm happy to be here.
I know you heard us last week, but I haven't seen Kelly in a little while because we banked 2 episodes because you
I
went
thought you
out
were going to say
of
we
town.
banged. I was like, what?
We're going to bang
Haven't seen her since we banged.
So we're going to bang later.
Okay.
How was
That'll be
your
new.
trip?
It was nice. It was
Yeah?
good. I saw a lot of family, some for the first time since pandemia, and
Nice.
it was nice. I was in the East Coast. I was in Philly. Little bit of Jersey action in there as well.
I love that.
Yeah,
I'm
it
glad
was
you got to
nice.
see your mazzles.
I bought some farm eggs.
farm eggs.
Oh no, we can talk about my mom. That's more important. Yeah, we
Yeah.
stopped by a farm stand
Talk about
in
the
New
farm.
Jersey, and they had great cheese, eggs, dairy products, and it was honor system.
Oh,
I Venmo'd them.
that's so
They
cute.
also had like an old school like milk bin canister thing that you could drop money into.
Wow.
They trusted you. We also bought some corn, fresh corn on the cob, and then when I got home, tried to cook it, and there were like worms or grubs or caterpillars or something in every single one. And me and my mom were like, ah! We're like, wow, I guess we're not country folk. We're like very citified. We're like, oh my god! I threw them in the back alley behind her house.
That's what happens when you don't get your vegetables on Amazon. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah. And then she's like, well, you can't just leave them up there. I'm like, yeah, they're back in nature. It's literally like a tiny brick alley in between other
That's
like row
hilarious.
houses in
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
In the city.
I
love it.
It's just like, I'm like, they'll be fine there.
Speaking of eggs,
Yes.
did they taste anemic? Remember?
No, oh my god. Yeah, please tell that story. Yeah.
Quick story.
Quick.
If you're an East Coaster, you may have heard of Susan Miller, the astrologer, and I was like obsessed with her when I was younger, and everyone in my life was like lived by her. And then when I moved to LA, she was in town and she stayed at the hotel that we were working at, and I
She came down
waited
for
on
breakfast.
her, and she was a fucking crazy person, and no one knew who she was, but everyone knew that woman. Like, I don't want to serve that woman. I hate that woman. Who wants to take that woman? And I didn't know who she was yet.
Right.
And I walked over there and I'm like, can I get you an omelet? And she's like, ugh, what kind of eggs do you use? Because the last one tasted anemic. And I was like, oh my god.
I
Anyway,
don't even know what that means in
me
reference
neither.
to eggs, but you know what?
She also said, do you know what kind of eggs you guys use? Did you ask the chef? Because if they're Eggland's best, I won't eat them. I don't like the girl in the commercial. She's too happy, or she said something like that. So
She's too happy.
When she
has a lot of feelings about breakfast. Eggs specifically. Yeah.
So when I got her room number, her name was Susan Miller. And I was like, that's so funny. What a coincidence.
Yeah.
That can't be her. And then I Googled what she looked like.
Yeah.
And it was her.
Well, you know, these sometimes people who are really brilliant
Are
pretty
fucking
eccentric.
crazy.
Yeah. Like
All
our
right.
guest.
Like our guest. Speaking of our guest, we haven't seen this pretty little lady.
Pretty
and
little chicken and
pretty
her
little
non-anemic eggs.
chicken. In a while. I remember last time we saw her, we saw Killy perform.
Killy Dwyer,
in
yes. Killy
Hollywood.
Mockstar.
I don't
Mhm.
think
It was
before
years ago.
Killy lived here.
Mm-hmm.
But we're so excited to have. She's a brilliant actress. She's an awesome comedian, cabaret performer that we always love to see her perform, and is doing a show, The Clown Zoo. We have to talk to her about that. Scout, Lady Scoutington, Durwood. Hi, Scout.
Hello. Everything you said in that opening resonated with me. I have Venmo'd I bought blueberries, I think is what I bought, offside the road. And I
Nice.
was an avid Susan Miller follower, but then there was a whole drama when she fell out because she had really bad, I think it was arthritis. And then other people were like, if you're genuinely intuitive, you don't have autoimmune diseases. So the fact that she's too sick to work means that she's not real.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
And I was like, that's bullshit. But
shit.
Therefore, this whole world is bullshit. And I put down astrology and have not touched it since. This was years.
Wow.
Well, I think it's like, don't meet your heroes, right? Like, I met her and was like, oh, no, I've taken so much advice from this woman. And she can't even order an omelet. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. No, I get it.
I think she's just a savant. Maybe she just does that thing really well, and she doesn't do breakfast good, and she doesn't do health good, you know?
Well, look, if she was doing it, no way. Autoimmune disease, not intuitive.
Not intuitive. Yeah, can't trust a word she says.
Yes, her fingers aren't.
I have an autoimmune. I'm an autoimmune person too, so I can't do horoscopes.
So you must. Exactly. Yeah, I think that's in the Bible, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think I read that somewhere too. Yeah. Scout, I want the listeners to know, because nobody ever comes to our YouTube lives.
Okay.
You're literally in a van on the side of the road. What is going on?
Yes, so tell us about this.
I am a minimalist. I'm totally I gotta stay working in my career, otherwise I'm just an eccentric. Right now, I'm still successful enough that I have quirks. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
So I bought the van, sublet my apartment, was like, we're doing it. I have a dog who my friend's gonna come pick up in a minute, so we'll edit all of that out, but whatever. Yes. And I kind of learned when you make, so I live in a van now. I have an ADU, a tiny home as well. And today, and we're delivering the final delivery for my visual album. I made a feature-length visual album.
Wow.
So cool.
Yeah, so I was trying to get all this done before going on the road, because it's like, I was laughing so hard because you're like, I'm going to simplify my life in just 1 second. What do I need to do? Okay. And then after that, it's just me and a laptop, and I'm going to, what? Okay. So
yeah.
So what I should have done, I have a little screening in Palm Springs tonight of take one thing off the last. So I should have gone to Palm Springs, brought the big computer, or maybe it's time for a new laptop. What I did instead was leave late, get stuck in traffic, pull over in the van. And then I'm going to Joshua Tree for a slam dance event all weekend. And I thought, I thought I would just stay out in Joshua Tree in the van. That's why friend's picking up the dog, because dog is not staying too hot.
Got it.
Too hot.
And I don't want to be a mom this weekend. You know?
Mommy's on mushrooms whenever I'm out of town and I have someone to watch my dog.
That's her mantra.
Mommy's on mushrooms. Don't want the dog near me. Bye.
I won't do drugs in front of my dog. I have a phobia of it.
Well, it's not just that, but the last time I ate mushrooms in front of my dog, he puked, and then I had a whole
spiral
thing in my head of like, he's gonna die.
It's my fault.
Your fault.
You're responsible. Yeah.
I'm like, mommy's on mushrooms. I'm out.
Wait, so Scout, tell us about the what you're doing in Palm Springs. You're screening.
Palm Springs. This is a festival that they're super great, and it's been so funny because we did a pretty aggressive festival run with Take One Thing Off, which was a digital series, but it was my first visual album. And just from that, you get kind of like these festival kids kind of become your buds. So that's like the slam dance event. We're not screening anything at it, but it's just a bunch of, and then COVID happened. I don't know if you know that. So all these so all these festivals went online, but no one liked it. So it's like now all these events are coming back. So slam dance, because of that, this is like an outdoor camping. It's open to the public, but I'm like fam now because we screened at Slant. So I get like the fam treat, you know, and I have the van so I can go out and just stay in the van, but no dogs allowed. That was actually the reason that it's not coming. And it's hot.
Wait, so the visual album.
Okay. So many things going on.
Some of that already. Take One Thing Off is different than what you're doing the deliverables for now.
So this is just not going to be not confusing. Yeah. Take One Thing Off is an album and digital series of the same title. Then I recorded Comedy Electronica.
Okay.
I decided I didn't want to do a series. I wanted to do a feature, which is called Utopia, YOU. Topia.
Love it.
Then COVID hit. And the narrative chunk, we shot the narrative and then we were banking all the videos and then we got pandemic. So all of a sudden we're like, how are we going to shoot these videos? And the label was kind of like, hey, we got to release the videos. So the videos ended up coming out and then the narrative is just now getting finished.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah. So the narrative will then do, we don't know what we'll do. We're doing like a friends and family screening and then probably we'll try for a festival run. But I think it was such a funny year to whatever. I have so much to say about.
Yeah. Well, that's really
awesome.
Exciting. And it's really awesome to even produce anything during this time was so hard for so many people. I know I had like complete pandemic brain. So kudos to you for doing that. That's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah. It was against my will.
Some of the visual stuff that you did, I saw for Take One Thing Off, and I really loved it. So we'll definitely plug all your plugs at the end and make sure our listeners go to that after this.
Yeah.
Before we dive into games, where are you from, Scout?
I am from Kansas City.
Okay.
Yeah. I was a weirdo. So I weirdoed out in 7th grade, and my parents sent me to private school.
Because you were weirdoing out and they thought that would get you straight, or?
I was getting sad. I was getting like, I don't get these people. People are like teasing me and that's stupid because they're wrong. So I went to a tiny, tiny middle and high school that was the best place.
Oh, good. Oh, I'm glad that was a good experience.
Yeah.
And you were allowed to be your weird self.
Total weird self. And it was small. So I played soccer through college, to be honest. So I got to like be in soccer, be in plays. I never had to like specialize.
Right.
That's
great.
Cool.
High school was great.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that.
What was your crowd like? Who did you hang out with?
Well, so I had a group of friends from the pool.
Yeah, the pool. We haven't had a pool, like a pool hang.
No, we haven't.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't. I don't even know this. I don't even know what this type of person, not to like compartmentalize people, but what is
just wet?
What's a pool person? Like, what is that even like?
I think we all belong to what's technically a country club, but it wasn't like bougie. There was tennis. The tennis people were like, wear your shoes. But we were like the swim team kids. So we would bike to the pool at 7:30 in the morning for swim team. And then our moms would pick us up at like 9 at night and then take us. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, sometimes we would go, I lived the closest and we had Nintendo 64. So sometimes we'd go to my house and play Nintendo in the day. But that was my childhood. So, and we all went to different high schools. Every one of us went to different schools.
Wow. So you met through the pool. Met through pool. Scout met her friends through the
pool rats. We identified as pool rats.
Pool rats.
She's
I love
a pool rat. Oh, that's going to be the title there.
Pool rat.
I love that. And then how you went to New York first, right?
Yeah. So
what
I went
was
to
that
school.
Decision like?
I knew I wanted to do performance, but I think I didn't totally understand the industry. And so I was like, the way you make it in the world and the way you establish an important, a worthwhile career is you get involved in queer nightlife and alternative underground theater. And I ran a theater company. I ended up working a lot in the cabaret world. Burlesque ended up being a huge part of my life. Mm-hmm. And then I kind of was like, okay, this feels like I was like, it was great. I had this wonderful bohemian, drunky, wonderful. Everyone should have that chapter. Mm-hmm. Mommy's on mushrooms.
Mommy's on mushrooms.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember seeing you perform once. I think the first time I saw you perform, you were like topless with the ukulele. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I think I'm in love with her. Or I want her, but I don't know which one, but maybe I'm so impressed with all of this right now,
I'll take either. Yeah.
It was like the perfect, like, burlesque, drunk, cabaret stage of my life as well. You know, like I was like, this is where I need to be.
Yeah. Sometimes I was like, oh, I should have been auditioning, but I feel I was. I mean, I still was so repped and stuff, but I just feel so grateful that I got to have so much fun doing what I do. Yeah. And I think like when I love film, and now I am transitioning more into film and TV because I like it. I I think when I'm smart, I liked school. And so filmmaking is kind of more school oriented than like comedy or life. Yeah, I love it. I love learning new programs and figuring out problems. So now I think I'm more getting pitched as like a the deadly polymath of writer, director. She should be in this.
I love it. All right, should we start it? Should we play?
Yeah,
let's do it.
All right, let's
hit me with the game. I've been told I'm competitive, but against myself, not others.
Oh,
okay.
Well, let's see. I think
see.
This is how we're gonna find out right now.
I root for everyone to succeed, but I don't want to make any mistakes myself.
I totally hear that. Yeah, I'm the same way.
Kelly is very much.
I'm the same way. Like I totally like. I don't even want to be competitive. I want everyone to get along and everyone to win and everyone to be friends. But then there's like at some point some little secret compartment goes off in me where it like a flip switches and I'm like, I have to fucking win.
I don't care about winning, but I do not like I don't like a forced error. I'll think about a loss I don't care about.
Yeah. Kelly gets really competitive.
Although, I'm growing up a little bit. I'm growing up.
Scout, we just did like a home Survivor game, and Kelly's like, I don't even want to play. This is stupid.
Backyard. We all played Survivor for 12 hours.
For 12, it was like
a professionally executed.
It was
event.
very serious. I'm making it seem frilly, but at one point I looked at her and I was like, "Do you want me to save you? Do you want to do this or not?" And she was like, "I'm in, baby."
She was like, "Do you want me to vote you out? Well, I'll get everyone to vote you out." I'm like, well, no, not if you're not already going to vote me out. Like, I'm in now. I'm in it now. Let's do it.
Flip, switched, and I've never seen a performance after that like that in my life.
Thank you.
All right, Teach, where are we going?
Guys, we're going to geography class.
Oh.
And you know what? Today we're going to focus on Kansas.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah, just a brief perusal
what a coinky dig.
of someone's Wikipedia page led me to the fact that she is indeed from Kansas, and I didn't know that much about Kansas.
I don't know anything about Kansas.
Did we have
any
guys from Kansas? I'm sure you do, Scout.
I don't think so.
Paul Rudd.
One time I was
Janelle
on a road
Monáe
trip from North Carolina to New York, and we were with my cousin who is kind of like a Dumbledore, and he woke up and he's like, I think we're on the way to Kansas. And we were like, shut up, you're stupid. And then he went back to sleep and we're like, no, we literally like took a wrong turn and we almost got to Kansas. That's the closest I've been to Kansas.
How far out of your way did you go?
I think it was the 77. Does that make sense, Scout?
No.
77, I think?
No. The I-70?
Maybe.
Probably. Yeah.
I-70, you can go coast to coast on, is it the 70 or the 71?
Maybe it was a 70-something.
I mean, I think the ones that have a 0 at the end are the coast-to-coast ones. Like
okay, so I-70, but 71 will take you, like one time I drove to Austin from Kansas City and and this was like MapQuest times. And it was like, get on the highway, take 71, get off. Done.
Wow.
Those were the directions.
One page, 12 hours.
You still printed it out and you were like,
what? Looking at it every 5 minutes.
Or not.
I was probably sleeping in the back.
Yeah.
All right, kids.
Okay.
All right. So, oh my gosh, did I write down which of the answers were correct? We're going to find out. Or did I just write down options?
Here we go.
Here we go. This is what it's like with me as a teacher. Mommy's on mushrooms. All right. We'll start with our guest, Scout. Dodge City, Kansas is known for being the most what? And I'll give you an A, B, and C. Is it A, the windiest city in the U.S., B, the city that has the most tornadoes per year, or C, being the flattest area in the United States?
Literally all of those could be true because the flatness would contribute to the wind and I'm going to go to tornadoes.
Oh, no, that's incorrect. Lindsay, I'll give you a chance to steal.
Okay.
Windiest.
But isn't wind and tornado really splitting hairs?
Well, that's what I was thinking, and since it's not tornado, I don't know, you guys.
I'm not looking at you.
Okay, I'm gonna go with windiest.
That is correct.
I'll take an assist on that.
The windiest city.
I was looking at both of you. Thanks for the point. Wow, but I'm already impressed.
Don't get used to it, Linz.
I'm already impressed with the fact that Scout said the flatness has to do with the wind. It has to do with The tornadoes.
Right, they're all connected.
I don't know anything about tornadoes.
Well, I'll
Air
tell you
temp-
what. No, go ahead.
That's just all air temperature.
So it's flat land, wind, air temperature. Holy
Air
shit,
temperature
I'm done.
creates wind.
Are you a geothermalologist?
I think everybody knows that.
Not these two idiots.
No, that's why we started this podcast, Scout. We don't know anything, and we're trying to learn. So, yes, it's the windiest city in the U.S.
Yeah.
I don't know how many tornadoes it has because I actually didn't look up who has the most tornadoes per year. So technically, you could have been right. We'll do it maybe an addendum later. We'll give you, a post point at some point. We'll have you back and ask you more questions about tornadoes. Well, you can be the teacher for that.
I want to come back because I want to do a game. I got to be on my.
Yeah.
I gotta be better on things that are on the second half of my to-do list. I never get to them.
All
Totally.
good. You could always come back.
Now it may. So Kansas is said to be a very, very flat state, and it is documented to be, in fact, flatter than a pancake. Someone actually did that math. It is flatter than a pancake, but it's not the flattest state. So I'm going to give you both a chance to get an extra credit point if you can tell me what the flattest state is.
Missouri.
Incorrect.
No, Missouri has the Ozarks.
She's never been. She doesn't
Also,
know.
I love that you were like, Kansas is rumored to be flat. No one has been brave enough.
No one's been there, so nobody knows for sure. It's like the bottom of the ocean. You know what I mean? It's like
it used to be.
Also, when you said it was flatter than
That's
a
true, it used to be.
pancake, when does flat become curvy again? Because it goes in.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like my brain was.
Because a pancake kind of raises up a little bit because it has like a top and a bottom.
I interpreted it as the land didn't alternate, whereas a pancake has like bubbles and stuff.
Oh.
That's true too.
Because I think
that's probably more true.
Concave curve would still not be flat.
You're right, and that's my brain was like, when like it's like the chicken and the egg, like,
right? So it goes in, I guess. It has like craters, maybe. Are there craters there?
No.
Have you never? Okay.
From what?
The Great Kansas Crater? I don't know.
Well,
don't know.
I think go ahead.
Susan Miller says about
asteroids.
Yeah.
Asteroids, obviously.
Okay, the flattest state, Scout. Do you have a guess?
My instinct is Nebraska.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Oh, and that's the other state that I thought we had a guest from Kansas in the past, and they were from Nebraska. Do those two states touch? Are they friends?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Nebraska is to the north of us.
God. Oh, he said some disparaging things about Kansas, actually.
All right. Well, we can't
we're
talk
not gonna
about
say that
him
now.
Yeah, but that's just because he's from Nebraska. Who else is
Exactly. He would say that.
You know.
Those goddamn Nebraskans.
Yeah. What do you have, Lincoln? We have Kansas City.
Right.
Yeah. Which is like mostly in another state?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I actually
All right,
grew
guys.
up mostly in another
No,
state.
go ahead,
but
go ahead.
but my house was in Kansas. And the pool was in Kansas.
That's what's important.
But on a street called State. Well, there's a street called State Line. You know how like West Hollywood's its own city? Kansas City is like that. So I like basically grew up, well, yeah, kind of like across the street from, I grew up on a street called State Line. One side was Missouri, one side was Kansas.
Wow.
I went to school in Missouri.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So you lived on the Kansas side.
Yes. But
multicultural.
my best friends growing up, we were divided.
Wow.
913 and 816. Repping.
That's like the West Side Story remake I want to see.
Yeah. Ooh, I love that.
I've pitched it. I pitched it.
Didn't take.
Guys, it was Florida. Florida's the flattest state. You should have known that.
Wow.
All right. Lindsay, number 2. Oh, by the way, Kansas is the 7th flattest state.
Is Nebraska flatter than Kansas?
No. It goes Florida, Illinois, North Dakota, Louisiana, Minnesota, Delaware, and then Kansas.
Wow.
That's a squirrely list, I think we can all admit.
I didn't do any, I didn't get a second opinion.
Yeah.
So We'll take that from the
No, I don't think it's wrong.
internet
I
for
think
what
it's shocking.
Ah, okay.
Well, her squirrely means shocking.
I see.
My squirrely means did someone slip something in my drink because I feel a little squirrely.
What color is a squirrel?
Brown.
Brown.
Gray. Squirrels are gray. This is a regional thing. This came up when someone was like, "Guys, I just saw a gray squirrel," and I was like, "Squirrels are gray."
Are they?
But they are kind of gray.
Are they a gray
Squirrels are
brown?
gray.
Is it like the dress again? Is it that guy?
No, there's two different. I think it's two different kinds of squirrels, but squirrels are gray.
Oh, there's different. Okay.
Okay. Well,
All right. Look, agree to disagree.
we might fight you on
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Lindsay, number 2.
Yes.
What was discovered to be mixed into the foundation of the first United Methodist Church located in Hutchinson, Kansas, which was built in 1874? Was it A, gold, B, human remains, or C, grasshoppers?
Grasshoppers is so weird. You just lit up when I said grasshoppers. Why is it grasshoppers? Grasshoppers?
Yes, it's grasshoppers.
Why?
So, guys, in 1874, there was a grasshopper plague. There was like the plague of the locusts, but it was grasshoppers.
Wow.
And they were like flying around. I didn't do a lot of research on it, but we can.
The dog handoff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Ashley. One second.
It's okay.
YouTube Live is getting all the good action right now.
Oh, yeah. Are we able to check and see if anyone's there?
No, do that.
Boopsters.
Because when you look on the
Wait, I didn't even see
Okay,
the
shush,
dog.
because I'm on the. Yeah, I'm on a podcast. You know. Hey.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ashley.
Hey, have fun in Palm Springs or wherever you're going. Yeah.
Wait, I have her ball. Oh crap!
Oh,
Looks really
No, it's
cute.
getting
It
delivered.
looks very spacious. Look, she even has some like
Oh,
lighting, some like
This-
fun
put
cabaret
kibble in the
lighting.
Oh, okay, great. Love it.
Nice. It's pretty freaking. I'm gonna say do that before.
It
Yeah.
looks cute.
Love
It
it.
does look really cute.
We'll hang out when I'm back. I gotta know.
Okay, bye.
Awesome. Listen. Multitasking.
Mommy's
and the-
on mushrooms.
Mommy's
Now I can't. You know what
multitasking.
I realized my friend, I just got some mushrooms and I didn't bring them because in my head I have the dog, but I don't now. So
Yeah.
it's okay. There's so much
That's
time to do
You'll
mushrooms. Maybe
find mushrooms where you're going.
Yeah.
we're going to Joshua Tree. If I want to do
Yeah.
drugs, I can do drugs.
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
find them.
Mhm.
You're gonna find them there.
So yeah, there was a plague of grasshoppers.
Wow.
Man, so they were mixed into the foundation while they were constructing the church in the same year. And I don't know exactly what I don't know. There was a plague. There were thousands of grasshoppers flying around. It was crazy.
Flying grasshoppers. Aren't there two kinds? I don't know. I don't know that much about bugs.
I say flying, but like I said, I didn't really do a lot of research, so I don't know that they were flying. They could have just been hopping.
These are
And
interesting
I
trivia.
don't know why.
This is not what we get taught in 7th grade. My state,
That's
my
ex-
Kansas.
that's-
I thought
why-
maybe
yes.
you would know that just because I didn't know if that was like a big thing that they still talk about, like
The great
because it was
massacre.
like a
Yeah.
huge thing and at the time.
We have cicadas.
Do you? I never
Yeah.
knew
Well-
what a cicada was until now. Like we didn't
So
have
lucky.
them
And they
before,
would get,
did
my
we?
hair was long and curly, and they would dive into the pool because they liked the lights at night, and then they would get stuck in my hair and be like,
Ah.
It was-
Wow.
'Cause I had, like, a,
That's
you know-
probably- That's probably sort of what happened with the grasshoppers. So what's the difference between a grasshopper and a cicada?
Cicadas are like cockroaches to me
Heck.
almost. Don't they look like cockroaches?
not cicadas. Oh, they're not pretty.
Yeah, they're gross looking. Yeah.
Okay.
You
They're
you can
brown.
We'll
chase
do a
them
side
off.
by side on our Instagram, maybe we could do a 3-tier, like
Sure.
grasshopper, cockroach,
Sure,
cicada,
sure.
like who wore
Cicada.
it better. Okay, number 3, Scout. Do you know the official state bug of?
Oh my God, I just said I don't know bugs. Let me think.
And I'll just give you a hint. It's not the grasshopper, which I
Not
don't
the
know why.
grasshopper.
That really should have been. but I'll give you an A, B, and C. Is it A, the honeybee, B, the firefly, or C, the two-spotted ladybug beetle?
Oh.
C.
That is incorrect.
What are the other two options?
Honeybee, firefly.
Firefly?
Nope. It's the honeybee. Who knew?
Who knew?
You know, my best
I didn't
friend
know.
from Kansas City got her PhD in bees. So
Well, there you
Wow.
no, she got it in something smarter than that, but I don't ever remember bees.
We had a guest on, Lars Mellis. He majored
He's
in
into
honey.
bees.
I think he said I majored in honeybees.
Yeah, he
yeah,
did.
Yeah. It's a thing.
go. He's a comic that believes in astrology.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Pass. What an Aries. No, I don't.
Extra credit. Does anyone know California's state bug?
Oh.
Tesla. Prius.
Spiders.
It's the dog face butterfly.
Oh. Sounds cute.
Yeah.
Get out of bug zones.
Right.
We're losing
Okay,
stock.
we're
Get
losing.
Out of the
We're
bug.
out of the bugs. Okay. One
I
more
was just
question,
like,
guys.
I'm excited to go on a smart podcast. I'm hella smart. And now I'm like,
You're like,
I
your
don't know.
face just is like,
I used to love trivia.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Question.
Loved a trivia
Yeah.
night.
Trivia is fun. I'm not
What?
usually good at it. I like a team. I don't want to do trivia alone. I'm not going to do well.
I just want to shout at a TV.
Got
I
it.
want an airport bar. Okay.
Yes.
I want some sort of potato and cheese side dish
Yes.
as my main
Oh, yeah.
dish.
Oh,
Yes.
definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Speaking
That
my
sounds fun.
language.
Yeah.
Do you have potatoes?
It's
What
not
kind
about
of trivia game is this?
it's not about potatoes, but it is
It's about wheat?
hamburgers.
You have a hamburger
Okay.
question?
I have a hamburger
All right,
question.
Give it to me.
All right, wait. So
It's me.
your turn. Okay.
I just saw the dick on the chalkboard just so that.
Oh yeah. There's just a lot of nostalgia. Lindsay, Wichita is not just where the first hamburgers came from. Which, do you know? Oh, actually, this is a two-part question.
Okay.
I'll give you a point if you know what chain was the first hamburgers and that came from Wichita, and also the first in the country.
Wendy's?
Incorrect. Scout, do you know it?
From Wichita?
But there's not any more in Kansas anymore. They're not in Kansas anymore. But they're in other places.
Steak and Shake?
No.
Ooh, is it Arby's?
No,
Sonic?
It's actually, guys, it's White Castle.
Whoa!
White Castle is a Wichita company. And it's not, but Wichita is not just where the first hamburgers came from, but also home of the first U.S. factory that produced what? Lindsay, A, hot air balloons, B, airplanes, C, carpets.
Hot air balloons?
Incorrect. Scout, chance to steal. Airplanes or carpets? First U.S. factory.
Airplanes.
Yes!
Wow!
Wichita is an
good.
ag town. Wichita is an agricultural town.
So that's interesting that they had a airplane factory there.
Yeah, but there's like not a lot out there.
So
Yeah.
they had the
K-State.
space for it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Cool.
All right, guys. I just have one more extra credit question for either one of you to answer. The nation's 34th president actually hails, actually hails from the town of Abilene. Who is it?
I'm not good
Who's
at
the 34th?
presidents.
Who is the 34th president?
Garfield.
Incorrect. Scout, any guesses?
My guess is always Garfield.
It's either either
Isn't
That-
Truman? Isn't Truman? No. Or hang on.
giving you a subtle. No.
Isn't Eisenhower's from Kansas?
Yes, it's Eisenhower. Give
Got
it
it.
to her. Give it to her.
Oh.
That's impressive.
If she got it faster, I'd give her 2. I mean, that is really impressive.
That was really good, though.
Right?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Eisenhower.
All right, very good. That was
Wow.
geography class.
We
I
each
didn't have a
got-
fun name for it. It was called Kansas and Other Facts.
It's called bugging out on geography. Bugging out
what
on
it is.
Kansas.
That's much better.
Well, now we're going to Dare. Speaking of mommies on mushrooms.
Ooh.
We're going to Dare, kids.
This sounds extracurricular, and I
Oh,
will
Dare
like to
program?
pass.
Yeah, we're
I
in
thought
the dare
I thought you
program.
were just gonna start daring me to do stuff, and I was like, oh my god, I'm in the van. The possibilities are endless.
Yeah, truth or dare, but just the dare.
We did that in our first few episodes for recess. So if you wanted to do that, we could do that for recess.
No, I've been promised a mash. You can't back down.
That's true,
Mash is
actually. Okay, so in honor of Scout, who starred in an MTV show.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Called Mary and Jane.
Yeah, about weed.
About weed. Now, can you tell the listeners a little bit about the show if they did not see it?
Totally. It was two fun, quirky weed dealers on the east side of LA, just dealing weed, but it was more about our personal lives. Very fun show. And interestingly, the origin of my cannabis use. I was like, oh, I don't care. And then after that job, I was like on the cover of Ediblest magazine, and they were like, people were sending me stuff, and then I was just high for like a minute, and then now I'm back in the middle. Yeah, but
you leaned into it. That's good.
I leaned into it.
Yeah, why not?
Well, we're glad you got back on track, Scout, and that's why we're going to dare class.
Okay,
right?
dare. Yeah.
Drugs are bad and drugs are sad.
Well, sugar's
All
a
right.
drug.
That is true. We're gonna play Yes You Cannabis?
I love that.
I don't know what I was
Yes,
called.
You
Oh
Cannabis.
no, I called it You've played a game on Fuck You I'm Smarter, but have you played a game on Fuck You I'm Smarter on weed? That's the whole name of this game.
That's good. I like that.
All right, let's talk about weed, kiddos, and let's start with our guest Scout, who used to be a professional weed smoker.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Now
Scout.
I'm just not getting paid. Okay.
Right. So like,
You're back to amateur status.
That.
Yeah.
We all know none of us has gotten addicted to weed. Although I'm a little concerned about your new
It's
CBD
just CBD.
obsession.
I like CBD with a trace of THC.
Okay, but I'm just.
It's healthy.
A full
You
spectrum.
said it yourself. It's a lot. You said it yourself.
It's not a lot. What did I say was a lot?
You were like, I love this stuff.
I
I'm
love
putting
it.
under my tongue. I'm like, okay.
I like my tinctures.
She likes her tinctures. Scout, what
Okay.
percentage of people who try marijuana actually do get addicted to it?
Addicted?
Addicted.
0.
I'll give you A, B, and C.
I guess that's not the right answer.
That's not the right answer. Is it 9%, 15%, or 24%? Just people who try weed.
9.
That is correct.
That would be my guess.
Yeah,
too.
because
It's
most
not
people who
addictive.
try it don't. I don't think I'm not addicted. I can quit any time. But if I hadn't been on a show about it, I would still be like, yeah, whatever.
Yes.
Now I have a
So-
bunch of it because I just always have it.
15% of people get addicted to cocaine, 24% get addicted to heroin.
Oh, heroin. What about alcohol?
I didn't do that. Want to Google it?
Yes.
Let's look it up.
But how do we okay, never mind. I thought cocaine wasn't addictive. I don't it's not fair trade, so I can't do it.
I feel like cocaine is something people get addicted to. People go
I know
to
that
rehab
alcohol is the
for
only
it.
drug you can die from the withdrawals from.
Right. That is correct.
I don't really know exactly how to phrase it.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Like, what percent of people who drink get addicted?
Yeah.
Because it's not like you have a drink and then you're addicted.
Right.
Or I see. Yeah. What
Yeah.
percent of drinkers are alcoholics? I don't know. What's an
Yeah.
alcoholic? It's branding. Move on.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's also self-reported.
It's also self-reported, and it's also like there's what kind of an alcoholic. I mean, there's
Sure.
people who live.
Oh, yeah,
every day
Right.
that
like-
would never say.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
an alcoholic.
I didn't know my dad was an alcoholic until I was like 35.
Right.
And then I was like, oh wait, but he's fully functional.
So if they
Yeah.
did this,
Just drinks too much. Like, he's not gonna go on a, there's different levels. There's different
I think I could be categorized as a binge drinking alcoholic.
I could too.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I tap the
Yeah.
brakes just to go, hey, how's it
Yeah.
going?
right,
Yeah.
like we'll see you soon. We'll see you at another time.
Yeah. Bye.
See you
Yeah.
at another time. All right, Kelly.
Yes.
In college, Barack Obama hung with a group of boys who played basketball and smoked weed.
Yeah.
What did this gaggle of guys call themselves? Did they call themselves the Blunt Ballers, Did they call themselves the Choom Gang? Or did they call themselves Barry and the Ballers?
What's a choom?
Choom is like another word for pot smoker, I guess.
I didn't know that. I'm going to go with that. It sounds vintage.
That is correct. I actually looked up what choom means, and it's like it's a term for like a gang of weed smokers, basically.
A gang of weed smokers.
I have to plug my computer in. Don't worry about it.
Yes, plug it in. Plug it in, plug it in. Yeah.
Barry and the Ballers.
Barry and the Ballers. That's what they called him, Barry. Did you know they called him Barry growing up?
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cute.
Barry and the Ballers. Drink from my giant water.
Good. Are you at the right time? 5 p.m. Oh, you're right on schedule.
I'm right on schedule.
Take a couple more sips.
Right on the schedule.
Okay. Total chaos. Talk to Susan Miller. Something's going on where all of my stuff is being weird.
It's because you don't believe in her anymore. She's punishing you.
Yeah, she's punishing
Susan Miller's Revenge, guys. I feel like I confidently feel like I could write and pitch that movie, and there would be like in the entire country there would be 17,000 women who would be like standing in line for opening night.
Oh, definitely.
And then no one else sees it.
Like those 17,000 women.
They're the ones those are the true fans. They were invested personally. So
yeah, but some of us have been burned.
Just wait till the next egg you taste, Scout. Just let us know how it tastes.
Yeah.
Anemic.
Yeah. It's anemic just for the rest of your life.
Just think of her the next time you eat an egg. Let us know how it tastes.
Done.
I know I do. She ruined eggs for me for the rest of my life. All right, Scouts. The name marijuana comes from a Mexican slang term for cannabis and is believed to have been derived from the Spanish pronunciation of the names Mary and Jane, like your show. The two names were also, the Mary and Jane were also a common Mexican military slang for A, prostitutes, B, orphan girls, or C, female fugitives.
Ooh.
A, prostitutes.
That is correct. Scout is correct.
How many times have you like nicknamed orphans in something lighthearted? I just don't think orphans are a class of people that have nicknames.
Right. It's a sad.
Oh, look at these Oliver twists over here.
Yeah, look at these.
That's about it.
Look at these.
Look at this Dead Parents
Annies.
Brigade. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah, Annie's. That's that.
Couple of Annies going on over here. All right, Kelly Wallace Barn Owl. This is a fun one.
Okay.
When studying drug-induced spiders.
I'm sorry?
When studying drug-induced spiders.
As one does.
Spiders high on marijuana built messy webs. They were easily distracted, and they gave up easily.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like it would be the opposite.
No.
You just
No,
get
this
in
is
a zone with it.
They were all over the place.
Okay.
They were all over the place.
All right.
But spiders high on blank, on the other hand, spun highly geometric webs.
Ooh,
even
mushrooms.
More so than when they were sober. Was it A, cocaine, B, Adderall, C, LSD, or D, meth?
LSD, baby. That's
That
my guess.
is correct.
I've seen that as a meme.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I guess
Like
it's
the
true.
marijuana.
I guess it's true.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, it was
But
a meme. Of course, it's real.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously.
But now we have further proof, so now I believe it. If Lindsay said it and a meme said it,
it must be real.
yeah. And this is the state of our education today, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, Scout.
And Trump won. No, don't edit that.
Cut it. Cut it.
After this famous rapper's murder, members of his music group mixed his ashes with marijuana and smoked the concoction. Was it A, the Notorious B.I.G.,
That's cute.
B, Tupac, or C, Jam Master Jay?
I thought it was going to be Bob Marley.
That would make sense.
Tupac?
Yes!
Nice.
Great.
I thought there was a
guess.
rumor that he wasn't dead, though.
Well, he's not dead, but
Well,
this
we
is
can't get
the
those-
rumor about him being dead.
Right.
He's not dead.
We're not.
He is dead.
Inconclusive.
I think he's dead, you guys.
What do the memes say?
The memes say he's not dead.
Consult the memes. It's like the Oracle.
What do the memes?
Yeah, what do the memes say?
I have. Oh my God, that's the new Susan Miller. It's like I've read the memes.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like,
She has like tablets everywhere.
Yes.
Last question for both of you.
Okay.
Okay, you can go one at a time. Briefly tell me about the time you were the most high.
Oh, okay.
You can go first, Gal.
Well, I have two answers to that. One I don't remember, but I've been told is a good story.
I like
And the
it.
other, okay, I'll say it. This is a good story. So I had friends in New York and I worked in nightlife. I'll do a quick version, I think is the best. Friend, and I was like, hey, and we all, there's like drugs in nightlife. And I was like, hey, I heard one of us is doing, or someone in the group did heroin, and I just want to say I'm drawing a hard line. That's too much. And they were like, cool. That was you though. And I was like, what? And they were like, the night we hung out with Christopher Walken. And I was like, what? But apparently what had happened, and I have no memory of this to the point that I don't know, but I was with a friend who I knew was a heroin addict. He snorted it, and he said to me, uptown or downtown, and we were physically downtown. So I was like, downtown, baby. And then this was back before I was fair trade, and he put a line in front of me and I snorted it. And apparently that was heroin, but I have no memory of the entire night.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
And my friend who is an ex heroin addict, or however, I don't know how she identifies, but used to have an opiate, got in deep.
Yeah.
She was like, you absolutely could have died from that. She's like, if you had never done heroin before and you snorted a line, you could have died.
Oh my God, I'm so glad you didn't die, first of all.
I'm so mad you didn't meet Christopher Walken, even though you met him.
Oh,
I know.
that line.
That-
And I'm not
That's
from this.
sweet.
It sounds like I'm such a drug user. I'm not. I do drugs. I say I'm a mild woman. I'm a white woman ordering mild salsa at a Mexican restaurant. That's the dose I like of drugs.
That's the dose.
Yes.
I think we're all on the same page.
I'll take a
there.
pixie dust, but I'd like my feet on the ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
One
Totally,
tiny, the
yeah.
tiniest little amount that I'm gonna feel something cute,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
Yeah,
fully
yeah,
in
yeah.
control of the situation.
I want
So just
Hakuna
love it.
Matata, not Dark Side of the Moon.
100%.
Yeah, yes, exactly. So there was one time where I did acid, and I didn't make any spider webs, but I was in high school, and it was Halloween in Florida, and it was extremely hot outside, and I was wearing a polyester children's sized dinosaur costume.
Sounds about
Or
right.
wait, was I the dinosaur? I may have been the clown. I was the clown. One of us was the clown. One of us was the dinosaur, and they were children's costumes because we got them that day at Toys R Us, and they were the biggest ones we could find. I don't know why that was where we chose to
Yeah.
get the costumes, but it was just like a last minute type of Halloween. And we're walking around a friend's neighborhood, and it's so hot, and I'm sweating, and I'm starting to trip. And this woman hands us, instead of candy or anything, she gives us warm cans of Coke. So I'm drinking warm Coke, sweating, totally I just was, and I ended up throwing up in her backyard. And that was how a lot of my drug stories ended. We'll just leave it at that. Yeah. I was like, I want my mom. But then my friend had the wherewithal to be like, you can't go home right now.
Yeah.
You're waiting this out.
Yeah.
And then my friend drove me back to her place, and we were both still high, and I was like, look at the moon. And she did, even though she was driving, and she almost drove us into a canal.
Oh, was it Helen?
Yeah.
Oh,
Who never drives, still doesn't drive to this day, and that's probably why
Wow.
that traumatized her.
Well, those are beautiful stories. You each
you.
get a point.
Oh,
I'm
that's
very
nice.
impressed.
Thank you.
Congratulations on doing heroin. Thank God you don't.
I feel like we
remember
shouldn't. It shouldn't be don't do drugs. It should be do a tiny bit of drugs at a
Do
time
a tiny
and
bit of drugs.
wait longer
See how it
than you
affects you.
think.
Yes.
Wait a lot
to
longer.
have any more of it.
Yeah.
Wait
Yeah.
twice as long. Can you not get out?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. This woman. I'm in a parking spot, and everyone's been able to get out around me except this one woman.
You
Okay.
can
For some reason, thinks she's unable to. Maybe. Oh no! Now she's trying. Yeah, she's totally fine.
She's just
hashtag van
hashtag
life.
van life.
I'll say that
Right.
having driven all around the country, when you get back to LA, you're like, FYI, y'all, no one else drives like this.
Yeah.
The way we drive is crazy town.
Yeah.
I
You
think
think we drive better or worse? Because in Florida, people are like the worst.
I think
drivers in
Florida's
the
the
world.
worst.
Worse, but we're also mean about it. Like that woman
Yes.
just stood there honking and I couldn't figure out what she wanted. But for the record, my windows are open and we made eye contact multiple times.
Right.
She could have been like, I do that. Sometimes I'll be like, I one time at a Ralph's, this woman was parking and I got out and I said, hey, would you mind parking in just the one spot instead of two? She's like, totally.
Wow.
It worked. Sometimes just being a nice, normal human works.
Wow.
Funny that.
I'm glad she didn't kill you like people in
Yeah.
LA would. Like,
No,
I'm
that was
really
LA.
worried.
That
That
was
was in LA.
that was Hollywood and Western, y'all.
Wow. That's impressive. So listen, Scout, we're been recording for about 50 minutes. Do you
Yeah.
want to do MASH, or like we could just move on to the games if you want to start to wrap it up? I mean, MASH won't take that long, but you know, it's
Whatever.
totally
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
If you're
Let's
like feeling pressed for time, we can just move on. That was enough of that. Could have been our
0503. Yeah,
recess, our stories.
let's do the next game.
Okay,
Right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Am I being a jerk? Stop me if I'm
No.
being a
Oh,
jerk.
no,
I just would
no,
rather
totally.
not be stressed in general.
Exactly.
No,
we don't want you to be
you to be
stressed.
stressed.
No, you're totally fine.
Okay.
All right.
thanks.
All right, class. Our next game.
Look at that water bottle.
our
Good for you.
next- I know. Look at her.
I'm trying, you guys. It's the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Kelly knows I don't drink water.
She's a camel.
Oh, got it.
My body fell apart.
Got it.
All right, class. Our next period, we're going to student government, and it's not really about student government, but this is just kind of inspired by Scout. So, Scout, you won a Streamy Award, right?
I'm nominated.
You are not. Oh, sorry, you were nominated, which is like winning to me. I mean,
Which is
it's
like
good
winning.
enough. I think it's just like winning for
Our
your
student body
series,
president-
Take one thing off.
Student body
what?
president of my high school. He was 2 years in a row governor of Kansas, mayor of Kansas City now.
Whoa. See, you can do big things, guys.
Wow.
Quentin Lucas,
He's
killing
stuck
it.
with
Slay
it.
all day.
Slay.
That's a success story if I've ever heard one.
It's great. Good for
If
him.
I've ever heard one, yeah.
I actually don't know why this is student government. I think this has nothing to do with government. This has to do with awards. I just couldn't think of what class it would be. This is about winning. This is about
Award
just, like,
ceremony.
things-
It's like
Award
just the
ceremony.
end of the year award
End
ceremony.
of the year award
ceremony.
ceremony. This game is called Weird Awards That You Could Win.
Okay.
So these are probably not as glamorous as the Streamies, but they're kind of fun. So we'll start with you, Scout. Number one, there's an award called the Foot in Mouth Award. The Foot in Mouth Award is presented each year to a person who makes the most confounding comments. Founded in 1993, it's been given by the magazine The Plain English Campaign. Winners have included English cricketer Ted Dexter, actress Alicia Silverstone, and former UK Prime Minister Gordon Brown, who was presented a Lifetime Achievement Award in 2008 for their continuous baffling remarks over the years by the Foot in Mouth Awards. Was it A, Kanye West, B, George W. Bush, or C, Gary Busey?
Ooh.
As you were saying it, I was like, George W., George W., George W. But those are really compelling alts. I'm going with my gut. G-dubs.
Good job.
Woo!
Good
Scout,
job.
killing
Always
it.
go with your gut. Beautiful. Lindsay, number two.
Yes.
Given in Australia, the Ernie Awards were begun in 1993 as an award for whom? Or what kind? For whom? A, Annoyingly Stupid Person of the Year, named for fictional character Ernest P. Worrell, portrayed by Jim Varney in such classic films as Ernest Goes to Camp and Ernest Saves Christmas.
Love
B, creators of LGBT characters in puppeteering, named for the iconic puppet from Sesame Street. Or C, people who make misogynist comments, named after Ernie Ecob, former secretary of the Australia's Workers' Union.
Wow.
The Ernie Award.
I'm going Ernest goes to jail?
That is incorrect. Scout, is it LGBT puppet characters or misogynist comments?
Misogynist comments.
That is correct.
Wow.
That
Scout
is
Wait,
correct.
in this game.
Are Bert and Ernie just out now?
They're not out. They're not. I don't know. Are they?
It was loosely like.
Wait, are they out by Sesame
No.
Street? I feel like they did at some point address the rumors.
They had a gay.
Like, people are people, and we love everyone, but it wasn't 100% clear.
Okay. We'll have to
Are you a bird or a
nerd?
nerd?
Oh.
I love. Okay, I
got a lot of both in me.
I have a lot of both in me too. I think I'm a Bert, but I want to be with an Ernie. But I do have Ernie in me as well.
I think in our scenario, you're definitely the Bert and I'm the Ernie.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. But I think in life, I'm more of a Bert.
I don't see you as a Bert.
Really?
No.
I just think our dynamic, I am the Ernie.
Oh, and for sure.
Yeah.
Aw.
Meaning I have my shit together. Do you know what I mean?
No, meaning I do.
No, Ernie has his, Bert has his shit together.
Bert has his shit together.
Wait, I thought Ernie was the more anal one.
No, Bert is the more anal one.
Oh, I think I'm more of a Bert.
Oh, see, I don't see it that way.
I love that then. I'll do both. I'll fuck both and I'll do both.
Wow.
You know what
I
mean?
took a
I'll
turn.
do both and I'll do both.
Scout, which one of these is not a real award?
Okay.
Is it A, the Bad Sex in Fiction Award, which is presented to authors who portray sex scenes in the worst possible ways in novels?
That
B,
feels real.
The Bent Spoon Award, presented to an individual who makes the most preposterous claims of paranormal or pseudoscientific nature.
Ooh.
Or C, the Borscht Awards, a Ukrainian award presented to filmmakers for the best use of their national dish on film.
Okay, that's my thingy. Wait, why is that beeping? Oh, I know what it is. Okay. This is what it's like living in a van, by the way.
I love it. We're getting the full picture.
We're getting a lot of behind the scenes.
Well, it's just because all my stuff, I just did not order that. Nothing's charged right now, so it's like chaos. Okay, I know that the bent spoon thing is like, there's a whole thing about this guy who claims to bend spoons, like bending a spoon, and then there was like the whole Matrix thing, like there is no spoon. So I feel like that's real. I'm gonna go with would you make up Borscht Awards? Maybe you were eating borscht.
Good guess.
Like at Veselka.
Love how our guests.
I love Veselka.
Whoa.
Oh, I accosted a man in Veselka once.
There's something I love at Veselka, and I can never remember what it is until I get there, and I'm like, yes.
Pierogies.
Okay. I'm gonna guess Borscht Awards is
That
fake.
is correct. I made up the
Oh
Borscht
my
Awards.
Scout, you are killing
Good
this
job.
game.
Good job. Okay, Lindsay. Number 4. The Ignoble Prize. The Ignoble Prize.
Okay.
So it's a satiric prize awarded annually since 1991 to celebrate 10 unusual or trivial achievements in scientific research. Its stated aim being, quote, to honor achievements that first make people laugh and then make them think. It's created in 1991 by Mark Abrahams, editor and co-founder of the Annals of Improbable Research. The Annals of Improbable Annals
Thanks,
of
Bart.
Research. So yeah, the name is obviously a pun on the Nobel Prize, which it parodies, and on the word ignoble, meaning not noble. So, Lindsay, which one of the following is not something that someone won an Ig Nobel Prize for? A, magnetic levitation of a live frog. B, the discovery that the presence of humans tends to sexually arouse ostriches. Or C, prizes in, quote, scientific education to the Alabama State Department of Education for their stance regarding the teaching of evolution.
Wow. So which one of these
is not?
Woof.
Woof.
This is
fucking the ostriches.
No one's fucking ostriches. That's not what I said. But you took that.
But we
Romantic
could.
relationships with ostriches.
Still not. There's no contact necessary, but sure.
Alabama's educational system. And what was the other one again?
Levitation of a live frog.
Oh my god. I'm gonna go with one of the animals.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go with the ostriches.
No, that's real.
Wow.
Is it frog?
No. It's actually that the Science Education Award was actually awarded to The Kansas State Department of Education.
Oops, monkey trial, baby. Yeah, we refused to teach evolution. I went to a private school,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. So you had a little more education.
You had
a little more education in general.
Yeah, I went to bougie high school. I did.
She was bougie, not at the country
and
club,
beautiful.
but in her high school.
Yes.
Yeah, my high school
All
was
right.
bougie.
We can end class there. Ring.
Ring. All right, last class, fashion class, ladies. We are going to talk about Coco Chanel in honor of Scouts. Take one thing off. So we talked about this a little bit in the beginning of the show. I believe you can watch Take One Thing Off right now on your website.
On my website,
YouTube,
it's on YouTube. Yeah. And we just posted Royal We. I just posted it as a single. You can sit and watch it all the way through, which I'll say I hadn't done since I made it. And then my friend texted me. She's like, I'm super baked and I'm going to watch your show. And I was like,
yes.
Great idea. And then I got super baked, watched my own show and was like, this is pretty good.
It's really good. I watched a few episodes. It's really good.
Yeah, it's fun. Many laughs.
So everyone, press pause, go watch it, and then come back. So let's talk about. Well, first of all, how did you think of the name "Take One Thing Off"? Was it
Coco Chanel?
Coco Chanel. Okay. So Coco Chanel.
I believe Our Lady J said it to me backstage once.
Okay, and you were like, "Oh, take one thing off. Love
it.
Sticking with that." Got
Sticking.
It.
Yeah.
I knew there would be like a personal story to that.
Yeah.
I knew you didn't just like look in the mirror, move your head around, and then take one thing off.
No.
I knew there was like a story there.
Lady J to me is one of the few women in life where you stand next to and you feel prepubescent. Like you're like, that is woman. I am nothing. That's pretty. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty.
Now I eat my borscht.
Yeah. I was like, I go grow food for you to eat and be pretty. I should go now. You sing.
All right, well, let's talk about a little Coco Chanel. I tried to find like some fun facts that people probably don't know about Coco Chanel. So let's start with our guest, Lady Scoutington. And let's make this shorter. Okay. So, Coco Chanel reportedly had a 10-year affair with the second Duke of Westminster. His name was Hugh Grosvenor. And during his time as Duke, he proposed to Coco Chanel. She refused, saying, A, there are lots of duchesses, but only one Coco Chanel. B, I would love to say yes, but that would be stupid. Or C, I don't want to leave my comfort zone, darling. Which one did she say?
Is this me?
Yes.
I want it to be, there's only one Coco Chanel.
That is correct.
Nice.
Yes. She didn't give a shit about like so many things in her career, but also her dating life. She said,
good for her.
There's a lot of duchesses, but only one Coco Chanel. She also said those other two quotes, but I don't remember what
she did. Okay.
I don't want to leave my comfort zone, darling.
I thought that was you because that felt a little modern.
No, she said that. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, Kelly.
Yes.
Obviously, she had a huge influence on other designers. But she was also at odds with a lot of designers.
Okay.
Like Yves Saint Laurent. One of the quotes she said about Saint Laurent was, Saint Laurent has excellent taste. The more he copies me, the better taste he displays.
Nice.
She was close with Balenciaga, but she did call Balenciaga too blank to keep designing.
Ooh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did she say Balenciaga was too lazy to keep designing, too old to keep designing, or too unsophisticated to keep designing?
Ooh, burns all around. Old.
That is correct.
Really?
And Balenciaga went on the record and said, basically, yeah, I am old. He said, I feel extremely sad when she died. He said, I feel extremely sad and it makes me feel how old I am myself. An extraordinary, strong, and influential person has disappeared with her.
Okay.
Interesting. All right. Scouts.
Maybe one of those kind of love-hate frenemy relationships.
Yeah. It was like they were friends, but they had a little shade.
Mm-hmm.
So, Scout, Chanel was not one to design for free. She did not design for royalty and say, like, this one's on me, Henny. Okay? She was like, no. When asked why, she said, these princesses and duchesses, they never pay their bills.
Right.
Why should I give them something for nothing?
Yeah, that's
no one
fair.
ever gave me anything, she said. Love it. She often said really horrible things about people, too, that, like, people would be like, oh, here she comes. So she once called a fashion editor, she once said, quoted, that a fashion editor had the face of a monkey and the mouth of a sewer.
Oh.
Which one of these did she not say about Bridget Bardot?
Ugh.
Did she not say?
Not say.
A, that she was money mad. B, that her full bust was too much. Or C, that she was a flighty, flaky floozy.
Wow.
Which one did she
So
not say?
She said two of those things.
Yeah.
Wow.
Money mad or full bust was too much.
I want it to be full bust. I want her to be body pause.
No, that is incorrect. Kelly, do you want to try to steal?
Ooh.
Did she not say that she was money mad? Or did she not say that she was flighty, flaky, flowsy?
Flighty, flaky, floozy.
Floozy. Yeah, that one I made up. And then I couldn't say it.
Oh, wow.
But she did. She made fun of her boobs. She said she was money mad. She'll do anything for money. You know.
Wow.
All right.
It was a different time.
It was a different time, you guys.
But she could have been nicer to, you know.
Yeah. All right, we'll do
to
two
other
more.
females.
We'll do two more. Kelly, which one of these was not a Chanel quote?
She talked a lot.
She did. She had a lot to
She
say.
had a lot to say.
Did she not say, okay?
Okay.
A, in order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different. B, I'm not interested in money. I just want to be wonderful. Or C, Paris is always a good idea.
I feel like she had to say Paris is a good idea. Always a good idea. I love that. I think she didn't. What was the first one?
I fucked up this question. Which one of these did she say?
Oh, she only said one?
She said one of these.
Okay, Paris. I'll go Paris.
That is incorrect. Scout, do you want to try to steal?
Yeah,
Did she
repeat the.
say, in order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different?
That one.
Or did she say, I'm not interested in money. I just want to be wonderful?
The first one. Irreplaceable, different.
Yes. She
Woo!
said the first one, Scout, holy balls. And Marilyn Monroe said, I am not interested in money. I just want to be wonderful. And Audrey Hepburn said, Paris is always a good idea.
Okay. That's nice.
You know?
That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a fun one. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
This one's for Scout. This is a cute one. Okay. In 1921, Coco Chanel created her first perfume, Chanel No. 5.
Number 5,
It was
okay.
the first fragrance to bear the name of a designer and was accompanied by the number 5 because...
Ooh.
Why the number 5? Was it because A, that was the number of men she had already been engaged to by this time? B, because her fortune teller once told her that was her lucky number? Or
Miller?
C, because that was the address of her first shop, and her first shop was a hat shop. The first shop she ever had was a hat shop.
Hat shop.
Hat shop? That is incorrect. Kelly,
You
do you
said
want
that.
to try to steal?
You said the hat shop to throw us off.
Out with a whimper.
What do you think? Was it fortune teller or the number of men she was engaged to?
Men.
No,
Yeah.
her fortune teller.
She gave away her lucky number.
Susan
Boo.
Miller.
Susan
told
Miller.
Coco Chanel.
That's right.
To
Mhm.
name her perfume
That's right.
Chanel No. 5.
Aries rising. Sagittarius, moon and Sag.
All day, babies.
If you made a
Wow.
line of perfume and named it those things, people would buy it.
Oh,
It could
sure.
smell like the inside of an asshole, and people would be like,
Mhm.
but I'm a Sag rising.
100,000%.
It's a good idea.
I also want to just tell you before fashion class is over that she was buried in her favorite Chanel suit. It was a beige and white tweed suit. And I wanted to tell you that she hated miniskirts. She thought they were indecent, and she called them an exhibition of meat.
She was a wild one.
Come on, I love a lamb leg.
Exhibition of meat.
I love a lamb leg. Well, there
Like
you
a
go.
lamb.
So, that was take one thing off in honor of Scout.
These are fun categories.
Yeah. Well, we love you, and we're super proud of you, and we're so glad that you get to, you know, pandemia, you get to relive what you made before it and during it, and that's really exciting.
I'm having a great time.
Let's do a little tally. Marsha's
All
going
right.
to tally up the points.
Oh my God, there was a tally?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bitch. This is a competition.
Yeah. All right, come on, Marsha. Let's get on in
Marsha's
here.
coming in.
So she's gonna combine.
There's been a third person in here this whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
she-
2 cats, a dog, and a person.
Yeah.
They're in our van.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't tell, but we're also in a big van.
We're in a big van. I think
Uh,
it's no surprise that Scout got a lot of points.
yeah,
Woo!
she did get a lot of
During
points.
this game.
Now,
Yeah.
since we only played one game each and Scout played all the games, we're
Oh,
going to
that's true.
combine our
Yeah.
points together.
Yeah.
Very fair.
Marsha's going to do some arithmetic.
So I blew a big fat one, and I
Mhm.
only got 2 points.
Okay.
Woo!
That's really bad. That's really bad even for you.
It's really bad.
How did I do?
Yeah,
It's because I had acupuncture earlier,
I
and my
don't-
chi is a little off. Do you know what I mean?
I'm just not here for your excuses.
Kelly, you sucked a smaller fat one, and
Okay.
you got 5 points.
I sucked a thin,
Ooh.
a pencil size.
Pencil-sized dick. And Scout, you didn't suck any dicks at all, did you?
Classic Scout.
Classic Scout.
Scout went in the complete opposite direction.
She really went somewhere else with this one. She was like, I didn't sign up for that.
Yeah.
I don't know why you guys are sucking so many dicks. Scout, you are our winner. You're our valedictorian. You
Wow.
got 12 points. You
All
like
right.
Ooh,
Woo!
good job.
How does it feel?
Oh, you know, I just want to say never dream of the journey, not of the moment you win the award. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
beautiful. That's inspiring, really, for all of our graduates tonight.
And what she would have said if she
Mhm.
won the Streamy Award.
Yes.
Now you could keep that
Oh,
for
Mhm.
I don't know what I
next
was.
time. As our valedictorian, you get to make a little speech.
Okay.
And then you have to look at us and say, fuck you, I'm smarter. Because you won
Okay.
the game. You
I
can
won
do
the
it in
game.
any order you want.
Okay. I'm going to start the speech. I'll say, class of Friday.
Yeah.
I don't know what month it is.
Class of
September, late September. Class of late September. We've all worked hard to get here. And, you know, sometimes the competition starts and it's really bugging you. And you think, I don't want to go on. And you take a right turn in your home state. No, that's the same game. And all of a sudden, you remember the joy of not caring. So
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I went to college and I was really proud of it. It didn't matter, but I'm still proud of it. So be proud of your ability at any point to say, fuck you, I'm smarter than you.
Woo!
Beautiful.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Thunderous
Absolutely gorgeous.
applause.
Oh, my
Thunderous.
gosh.
Scout, plug all your plugs. Where can our listeners find you?
If you're in LA, I have 2 monthly live shows that are both really fun and different. One's outside in a park, one's at Jam in the Van. Instagram is probably my most preferred medium because I don't love social media. I have a bunch of YouTube videos out, take one thing off, and then all of Comedy Electronica, and we're going to drop Utopia at some point. So follow me on the grams, y'all.
Cool.
Awesome.
I only
Tell
tweet when I'm
us-
high and alone.
Yeah, we don't tweet. We don't do the Twitter.
Yeah.
It's too advanced. We don't know what to
Too
do.
much.
It's too many words.
Too many things. We're Instagram only.
Yeah.
You can find us at Kelly and Lindsay on Instagram only, and tell your friends to watch on YouTube.
Yeah, watch on
Live
YouTube
and
Live.
Come to the
listen
live.
to
Yeah.
our show. And if you watch this episode, you get to see the dog, the van,
Yeah.
a woman.
I don't look great
honking.
today. I was
You
sweating
look
and
great. You look beautiful.
I spilled charcoal on. Do you know what it's like to spill charcoal on yourself? It was
I
very
know.
chaotic.
But
Like
that's
powdered
van
charcoal. I
life.
closed a bag and it went.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh
no.
wow. Oh wow. That does sound like that's
What would
that's
Susan
quite
Miller
a
say?
yeah.
What would Susan Miller
Or
say?
did Susan Miller do that?
Because you
She-
have arthritis. Right? That's
She's
how-
trying to give you arthritis.
Yeah, she was right.
Scout, thank you for
Thank
doing
you
our
so
show.
much,
It was
ladies.
so nice to see you. We'll see you at one of your live shows soon, okay?
Okay. Okay, bye guys.
Awesome.
Bye. And now I have to do the YouTube live. Bye, YouTube live. How do I do it? I